as we keep building this, and those young guys keep coming along, and he gets comfortable, we feel like depth will be a strength of ours for sure.
Wayne, two things you guys did really well was limit Oregon's three-point shooting and also break their kind of typical trapping defense. Why did both those things work for you tonight?
You know, the guarding the three has been a weakness of ours a little bit from time to time, but we really turned it around the second half against Utah, and we knew it was going to be a focus. Now, they hit a few to start the game where we got lost, but we kept challenging the guys to communicate, because that's what you have to do in man or zone, to call where, you know, the bumps occur, where their shooters are. And I thought our focus the second half, especially in the last few minutes of the first half, caused them some frustration. Now, we'll watch the film, and they probably missed a handful they normally make. But I think the guys' intensity and focus to getting them off of the line over the course of 40 minutes really paid off. And the other thing you talked about, what was it? Sorry. You mentioned two things.
The breaking the trap defense.
We've really handled pressure pretty well, other than a time or two, and it was a focus as we prepared this week. We still felt like we could have thrown it up the court and attacked a couple more times, but you know, and then they went scramble mode late, full court trapping. Kendall really had great poise. Stevie, we were able to find guys over the top, and then now we just got to finish it off at the free throw line a little bit better. But was proud of the way the guys handled the pressure.
Wayne, this is the best moment you guys have had since when?
Since our win Friday, probably. No. I mean, it feels good, obviously. We talked before the game. I won't bring you into the locker room, but we talked about all that this team's been through from year one. We talked about something about being aware of who we are and who we represent. It was the last thing we said when we left the locker room. We talked about year one, year two, last year with all of that we had to deal with and what we dealt with this summer. And I said, guys, now's our time to shine. You guys have earned the right to be great. You got to believe it. We'll make it happen. And I guess I did bring you in the locker room. That wasn't verbatim. But the guys really took it to the floor. They get all the credit. They took it to the court, and they were not going to be denied. And that's what really makes me proud of. Was we knew what we're capable of when we play together and we have that focus. And tonight they sure had it for most of the game.
Drew, everything you guys went through last season, does that make a night like tonight a little bit sweeter?
Yeah, I mean, it was just great. It's reminiscent of my freshman year, beating them here, but it's just we got to move on to the next game, and we're going to enjoy it while it's here, but we still got to go on the road.
The neat thing is, you know, when somebody had mentioned, you know, was there going to be hangover from the tough Utah game, the way we lost that one, and maturity was a concern of this group early on, and that showed great maturity. I think that they put that behind us. Nobody was whining, and really moved on to prepare for this game. And you know, the Civil War game, you really don't have to say much other than that to get the guys fired up, and they certainly did that and took it to the court. So it was great the way what we went through Sunday, and then how they responded. And so now, you know, we just got to continue to carry that forward.
Wayne, they only shot 36%. Could you talk? I'm sure Oregon State was partially responsible for that.
Sure.
Talk a little bit about the defense.
Well, I think we're flying around a little bit more. We're getting closer to the way we guarded in years 1 and 2 in that zone. And then there was times they drove us, and really proud. I mean, this guy at the rim was a force. He blocked a couple of shots, I think, but he also went straight up and changed a bunch. And that was a difference. I think that frustrated them because they couldn't get in there and get any easies to try to get them to relax and climb back into it. So credit to him, and then credit to the perimeter players for getting to their shooters.
Drew, a lot of places you guys go around the league, nice air conditioning. It got hot in there tonight, kind of like the olden days. You guys use that to your advantage a little bit?
I didn't notice it. I mean, the only thing I noticed was I was sweating way more, but I guess, yeah. It was a lot hotter because I was sweating because it was a lot hotter. But
I think that's got to be a career high for minutes for Drew. Sean, you got that dialed in yet? 38 minutes. It's got to be. It's got to be.
At the end.
Huh?
That was cramping.
Hey, I thought you were going to beat me up there for a minute.
Wayne, in this season, when Oregon's won, they played well behind the play of obviously Peyton Pritchard, who's, you know, when they've won triple-double, almost nearly double-double,
Sure.
had a really rough start to the game. Did you guys do anything specifically to slow him down? Because he didn't really find his groove until way late, and even so, affected the rim pretty highly.
We were going to attack him, and you know, he he kind of got a wrong place in the wrong time foul early, and then got another one, and so he had to come out, and I think that might have impacted. But then you saw how dang good he is in the second half. We had kept telling our guys we can't celebrate after we score a basket. We got to get our butts back, because he came on the fly, got to the rim, had a couple of great finishes, But I think that physicality on both ends might have impacted a little bit. But he's such a good player. They've got so much talent there. We just kept getting after our guys to not relax, and even through that last little barrage, we gave them a couple buckets late. But they're so talented, you can't relax for a split second, or they'll get back in it. So they showed a lot of fight, and I'm just proud of our guys that we were able to make enough plays to come out on top.
Drew, what did you see there as a spark, or maybe a big factor or two in that second half that really kind of got you guys going?
We just knew we didn't play that well in the first half, and we just wanted to come out. We went in the locker room, we looked ourselves in the mirror, we just came out and just played a lot tougher in the second half.
Anything else? Thanks, guys.
Go Beavs!